Hey there. Just wanted to ask you sort of like the general, I guess, question that a lot of people just wondering, like, how do you go from Tuesday losing by 33 to tonight, totally different performance, and you're right there. It just seemed like two different teams.
You know what? It's kind of been that a lot of the years, the consistency. The great thing that I'm really proud of our guys is after a lot of games that we've struggled, we've bounced back. It's a mindset. I thought the guys had a really good mindset today, and they have a lot of pride. And obviously, we didn't play great in the first outing, and Arizona State played really well. And having a chance to play them again was a blessing. And we came out, we battled. We're still not happy that we lost, but we put ourselves in a better position to have a chance to win.
And then I would just like to take you to the last minute of the game. It's right there. It's 72-72. And the rest of the way you guys didn't score. Was there one possession in particular that maybe you would like to have back?
Well, you know what? I don't know what the time was, but it was our baseline out of bounds where we threw it away. We missed a couple foul shots. We missed an open three. And, sometimes that happens. I wish you always, in my mind, I was thinking of using our timeout with 28 seconds when it was 4. And I didn't want them to set up their defense. And, but listen, we didn't make the plays down the stretch. We got the plays to get close, and Remy hits a big 3, and we just didn't make the plays that you need to make to win on the road against a good team like Arizona State.
Thank you for your time, Mike, as always.
Percy, thank you.
All right, Lauren, go ahead, Lauren.
Hey, Hop.
Hey, Lauren.
I was going to ask about Remy Martin. Just what makes him so difficult to defend and to stop?
He's really fast. He's really strong. He's really confident, and he knows how to sell. The game. He's like Zinedine, one of the great soccer players. He's like these greats. He knows how to flip, and so you're worried. He goes to the foul line a lot, and he's hard to guard. He's disruptive on the offensive end, and he got hot early. I felt like in this, after our timeout and we started corralling him a little bit, we slowed him down, which was a good thing. I was really proud of our team, the way that they adapted and adjusted. But he's a special player. There's a reason why he's one of the best players and was preseason All-American.
And then I was going to ask about the free throw shooting, the misses tonight. How concerned are you about that? Is that something that maybe comes from fatigue?
You know what? I don't, we've been really good from the free throw line most of the season. Sometimes that happens. It's just sometimes it happens. Fatigue obviously is a reason why you don't shoot well, but we shot well from the 3-point line. So, we've just, sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, Lauren.
Chris Fetters, go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Mike, appreciate it. When you called the timeout and then you had the play that ended up with Marcus taking the 3, was he the one that was the play designed for him?
The design was was for Jamal Bay, and we've been running it all day. It's just a basic post up, and try to score if the team comes in, just make the right play. Cole hit 4 threes out of it today. We were sharing the ball exceptionally well. And, Marcus, I thought, I got a replay, but it looked like he got a good look. He's been I think percentage wise, he's our second best 3-point shooter. And, sometimes they just don't go in.
And going back to the Tuesday game, you mentioned things like energy, limiting turnovers, things like that. Was that really just kind of the basic difference between the results when you kind of break it down to its basics, that you just weren't necessarily creating the unforced errors that hampered you on Tuesday?
I felt like tonight that we controlled the tempo. The coaches talked about how we can, control the game. They have small guards, we have big guards. So posting up would slow us down a little bit. And they like to play at a frenetic pace. So I felt like we played at our tempo today. I thought that was huge. We still had 14 turnovers, but they weren't the turnovers where they're getting layups at the end of the game. They got a couple to go up 8, but for the most part, we didn't have the turnovers to touchdowns or live ball turnovers, and that kills you. And so, that was the difference. And we were locked in. Thought defensively we did a decent job for the most part, but the tempo thing was huge for us tonight. I thought that was the difference.
All right, thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
Andy Yamashita, go ahead, Andy.
Hey, Hop, thanks for the time.
Yeah, Andy.
You guys had, I believe it was 20 personal fouls leading to 21 free throws for Arizona State. I know we've talked about free throws and fouls a lot before, but do you see anything today that led to those in particular?
It's been a story of our season in a lot of games. When we've been close to equal from the foul line, we've had a lot of success. And when there's been a differential, and again, if we make 14, if we go 14 for 14, it's close to even, but they're plus 9 points from the foul line. And that's a significant difference in the game. I felt like we in the post up, it gave us a better opportunity to get into the paint and maybe give you some more free throw opportunities, but that didn't happen tonight.
Definitely. And then, the team seemed like they were shooting really well, but Marcus had a kind of rough night from the field. What do you want to see from him when his shot's not falling like tonight?
Well, Marcus does a lot of really good things. He's a really good passer. He's a good defensive player, knows what we do. And, you don't make shots, play defense, rebound, do those types of things. And, he didn't have his best game tonight, but, he's a heck of a player.
Awesome. Thanks, Hop.
You're welcome.
Dan Rayleigh, go ahead, Dan.
Mike, Cole Badgema seemed to really take another step forward with his career. He was really comfortable and confident in a close game coming down the stretch. I still think he passes up too many shots. What can you say about him?
Well, Will Conroy kept saying, you got to be confident, shoot it. The first time he pump faked it. And I think that's also comfort getting into the game. But, he had a really good game. And I thought he was really good defensively. I thought he was good, offensively. Obviously, he's showing more and more confidence, which is a huge it's a huge thing as we move forward. He just keeps growing and getting better. And, you can have a lineup in there where, when Quade's out, Eric at 6'3" or 6'4", and Jamal's 6'6", and Marcus is 6'4", 6'5", and Cole gives you that length and, a little bit different. I'm just really proud of his growth and his development.
All right, Mazvita, go ahead, Maz.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, you talked about the poise that's needed, obviously, to close out the game. I'm wondering if there's a message around consistency when you look at the two games. It's the same team, right? And there's just
you know what it is. It's a mindset. We were actually playing pretty good against. It was a 4-point game with 8 minutes to go in game one, and just you have a little mental breakdown a little bit. Next thing you know, from 8 to 4, it snowballs, and we weren't able to stop it. And tonight, it's just different mindset. It goes back to when we played USC at USC and we had a frustrating game and lost pretty handedly from, start to finish. And then we responded against the best team in the league at the time, UCLA, on 24-hour notice. And we took them to the buzzer. And so, it's a focus, it's a mindset. And I was proud of how the guys responded today. But that is the consistency, Maz, is what you saw is so high and low, right? It's either 90 degrees or it's 40 degrees, and we need to be at 72 degrees.
Yeah, and I was looking at the scoreboard, box score, I should say. Look, Kamani Lawrence, 20 points and 20 rebounds. It's the other team's player, but it's got to be an achievement there.
Well, he's an upperclassman. He's been there for a long time. They've had some injuries and some people out, and certain guys step up. And Kamani Lawrence, he did a really good job tonight for them, slashing to the basket. He had 2 really good games against us. I felt. Our game plan was to stop Remy Martin and Verge, and those are the kind of the engines. And sometimes other guys profit off of those type of ways that you defend. We thought that would give us the best chance to win. Kamani had a great game.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
All right, last question, James Price.
Hey, Coach, thanks for taking the time.
You're welcome, James.
You touched on this, I think, a second ago, but you guys were hot from 3-point land pretty much the entire game. What do you think allowed you to get those open looks that help you guys get going from three?
Well, I thought we've got our guards. We've got a couple guards that can really post up. Eric, Marcus, Jamal. They do a really good job, and they're also really good passers. And if you have shooters around them, they've got to make a decision. Are they going to collapse or are they going to give the three? And I thought at the beginning we weren't great at it, and then next thing you know, we're making passes, the ball's moving, and we're knocking down shots. And that's a big part of it. That was a big part of I thought why we got great shots.